Hello world. Alright, I'm going to attempt something here. I had to write it up. You are not an NPC, but you are a cyborg. So as you know, I've been reading lots of Marshall McLuhan. It's because a few years ago I got really interested in these discussions about how reality and the virtual were merging. It had a lot to do with like theory about video games and stuff and augmented reality. Oh, reality's going away and we're all gonna live in the virtual now. And I thought it was a load of bullshit. I was like, what do you mean, like reality? Here we are, reality. Like I got a computer, sure, but what do you mean reality's going away? I didn't really understand the theory about any of this stuff. Till about 14 months ago, I started reading lots of Marshall McLuhan, and it was like, boom, I get it. I'm a computer nerd. I'm like a hardcore computer nerd, so I understand computers. I see them right for what they are. But if you don't, and you're only paying attention to, as McLuhan would say, the content of the medium, but not the medium itself, then you're kind of merging with the technology. So here's the backstory here. McLuhan was really big in the 60s, and he was like the first academic who would write these big, long, obscure books about the meaning of reality and human nature, and it was all very tabula rasa. It was all very all culture, all nurture, no nature. It was all like, you're a product of your environment, and here's what the environment is and how it's shaping you. And it basically, as far as I can tell, it led to like postmodernism. It led to the past 40 years of people writing all these books, full of advanced, hard to read things about how reality is going away. Like McLuhan literally, like you can put it on him that we've had this culture because he was big, he was huge, and he basically created a demand for books that were really hard to read that people would just read over and over again. And if you read lots of postmodernism, a lot of it, most of it, they all sort of like echo or just take or just copy McLuhan most of the time without even referencing it. But here's the thing: he was like the original. He was the original dude, and he was like fantastic. So like, don't blame him for all this stuff. It's really good. The thing is, right about as he got big, and then computers were becoming a thing. But McLuhan died in 1980, and since then, computers have sort of turned into what we know them as today. Microcomputers with advanced graphic user interfaces. And so when I figured all this out about 14 months ago, that's when I knew that I had to make Silicon and Charybdis. I was like, all right, let's just keep McLuhan going from the 70s on till now, right? So it's still I'm still working on that, but what I've got so far, I'm really proud of. It's literally my continuation of McLuhan from then, just to like get on with it, right? Because all the theory since then has been extremely computer illiterate, and that's where we get this idea of reality merging with the virtual and with cyberspace. So McLuhan talked a lot about how, since we're all watching television screens, it's sort of merging our perspectives together on the world, and we can see the whole world now. Ever since Sputnik went around the Earth, we get this idea that the whole planet is like something we can just learn about and then go travel there, and it's all connected, and we all live in one big global village, was his term. And events and things can resonate across the whole globe like instantly, that we're all aware of. So it's sort of tribal. It's sort of like we all feel each other, and it's all happening so fast that it has to be this sort of intuitive mythical. It's sort of like, it's the same sort of feeling as like superstition, like just like, you feel your way through the world using your heart, as opposed to the cold rational logic of thinking your way through everything, because it's too complicated, right? To be a rational person who has to logically think about everything. You just kind of, right, he kind of blamed, say, the hippie movement on television, bringing everyone all together in a sort of touchy-feely sort of way, right? That summary we'll have to do for now. But yeah, you're not an NPC. You're just part of the vast global system of, information that's being disseminated all over the place. Of course, there's talking points all over the place, right? Of course, people are arguing things out loud and using arguments that they heard, because everyone has a life that they got to deal with. And most people are dealing with their actual life, where they're at. And they got opinions about the world at large. They got political opinions, but come on, like, you're lucky if most people, like, watch an hour of news every day or read a couple articles in the newspaper. And there's lots of internet junkies who are, like, news addicts, but even then, maybe they just stick to the comment section of, like, the thing that they're familiar with, right? It doesn't, this whole NPC, people are soulless inside, people are empty thing, like, it's bullshit. But you are a cyborg. You are a freaking robot, my friend. You are you are augmented by so much technology all over you, in the way that we're about to, in a hilarious parody, actually manifest with, like, people walking around with glasses on their face. And I mean, artificial limbs are great, all right, but, like, robot exoskeletons and stuff, that's, like, hilariously over the top literal renditions of what we already have been for, like, a long time now, right? You are merged with your phone. You can hear this all over the place, right? Like, Ray Kurzweil goes on about this stuff, right? But the technology, you are merged with this stuff, right? But how? See, this is where I love McLuhan, because let's say you use GPS and it gets you everywhere, and you need it, you rely on it, you have to use it. Well, you're looking at the map and you're reliant on the underlying technology that it just has to work, and someone else is taking care of that for you. Someone else out there, like the cartography company making the map for you, the people out there selling the technology, the people out there, like, doing all that stuff, you rely on someone else to do it for you. If you had a paper map, it would get old, but it's yours. You own it. It's not going anywhere. The paper map, 100% yours as soon as you buy it. But the phone, that's a real big complicated thing. A better example is your calendar. Your email, like, on your phone. Like, let's say you use Google Calendar on your Android phone. Lots of time, I see it happen all over the place. People complaining about, where the hell is this? People complaining about, say, there you go. They're getting banned from their Google account, and then they lose their calendar, and they don't know what their schedule is. That blows my mind. If you have, like, a piece of paper, a calendar on the wall, no one can take that away from you. It's your calendar. And when you're on their phone, it feels like the exact same thing. The content, it feels like you're just using your calendar, except now it's in your pocket, and you can, like, coordinate with people and change the colors or whatever the hell. But no, there's all this other stuff going on behind. There's a contract you agreed to. I agree to let this company take my stuff away from me if I behave badly on any one of their web services. That people don't think about it. People don't care about it. They showed up at the store, said, hey, I need a phone. Here it is. Oh, it's got a calendar. Boom. Agree. They bound themselves up in all this crap. And now it's like, oh my God, I don't control my own life. I'm augmented by something that I don't control. This technology is now in my life. It's in the schema of my life. It's part of me. It's an extension of me, right? I can't live without it because I rely on it in the same way that people rely on their paper calendar, right? But now they got all this stuff wound up in their very identity. That's one small way in which we are augmented by technology. So, the solution, the long-term solution I see is computer literacy from the ground up. Because when you're only looking at the content of things, that's how the false image of things leak in, right? And you don't realize that the calendar isn't really yours. You don't realize all this stuff, right? That's how the virtual invades your reality. You think you're doing, oh, this is just the newfangled way of doing the old thing. No, this isn't the newfangled way of doing the old thing. This is you getting legally and technologically entangled in all this sort of stuff that either you know about or you don't know about. Most people don't know about it, or they knew about it, they don't care about it, and now they're finding out on the news, like, oh, I've been putting all my photos on Facebook for the last 15 years, and, no, let's say, the last 10 years, and, now all of a sudden, I realize, all the implications that I didn't even know about, right? So, I think I'll stop it there, but, yeah, the conversation will continue, trust me, my friends, and, a lot more stuff coming soon. Once again, I'm going to, builders have it. I do got a Patreon link down below. Check out ClintonTheGeek.com. Talk to you again soon. Bye.